You can't be that hands-off in that situation. You should have at least been like, what'd you call? And then when he goes, I called a slant pass. Timeout. We're not doing that. Where's Marshawn?
It should have been run, pass, run, and then...
Yeah, tell that to the fucking Bills.
Potential toss-up.
No, you didn't even need Marshawn Lynch. Russell Wilson could have snuck it in. Mm-hmm. You didn't need Marshawn Lynch. You should have given it to Marshawn Lynch, but you didn't need him. Anyways, let's get going. Patriots 24, Jaguars 20. That's all I have to say about that. I think there were some mystical cheating forces at hand. You guys might disagree. For the first time, and your dad, Dan Beebe, has been saying for years that the NFL's fixed.
Yep.
I now am a subscriber. I am. All right.
There's not much fucking money involved. There's got to be.
The next game, quote unquote game, Eagles Vikings. I have a
final score
38-7. That's why I'm I'm less skeptical of this game.
Yeah, that was just pure domination.
But what the shit happened that this high-powered offense couldn't score on the Eagles, but the Eagles were able to rip apart the best defense in the NFL.
They weren't the best defense in the NFL.
They were number one.
They were number one.
Yeah, they were number one in 6 of 7 categories.
I still think the Jaguars were, but
well, the Jaguars they were okay. So 1-2, number 1 and number 2 both got carved.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think the Eagles game was fixed. I think the Jaguars just came and just crapped the bed.
I think my explanation for Minnesota...
Minnesota could not cover Ertz at all. And Ertz is hard to cover, but at that point, you gotta double him when he's just gashing you like that.
Here's what I really think happened in the case of Minnesota.
And Jeffrey should have been covered by someone else.
I feel like Pat Shurmur had 2 things going on in his head. 1, I'm the next head coach of the Giants, so whatever. 2, now we're playing a pretty good defense, so let's try and do something different than we've done all fucking season.
Yeah, but that doesn't excuse Keenum and his bad choices and fumbling. He at least turned it over twice in the red zone. You cannot do that in this game.
And that's not how they've played all season.
And that's not what Keenum does. I feel like
they're not a come-from-behind team.
They expended everything they had in that NFC divisional game.
Oh, yeah.
And by the time they got to Philadelphia, there was very little left in the tank of them. And they came out way too slow, and there was never an ability to recover.
Well, they came out on fire, though.
You think Keenum starts for them next year?
No. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that right now. I have taken a little bit of time.
Good, because there's nothing else to talk about in that game.
A little bit of time
Bridgewater
to come up with a list of big free agents next year, and I want to talk about where we think they're going to end up. All right. So the first one, actually, let's talk about a couple coaches first before we get into that. The Titans have their guy Mike Vrabel, great fucking pick. He's going to be a great head coach.
He's very creative. He's gonna actually use Mariota instead of just running against stacked boxes.
He's the one guy in my entire football watching life that I've heard tell Belichick you're wrong and was right. So I'm pretty friggin' sold on Mike Vrabel being a great head coach. Maybe not this time. I hope I'm wrong. I see him failing being a coordinator again for a little bit longer because he has a fast rise. And then when he gets his second chance, just like taking off like lightning, just fucking killing it. That's what I think is probably going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I just want to see him be the Titans head coach for the next 30 years. I'd like to see that. As we said,
Definitely a good one.
Shurmur is the new head coach for the Gents.
One bad game doesn't discount what doesn't take away from what he did this season. And,
Shurmur?
And has,
regardless of what happened in that bad game, I was saying before that game on Friday, they were asking on 104.5 The Team, our buddy, the Godfather and Levac. I tweeted at them that I, as a Cowboys fan, am very excited that the Giants have hired Pat Shurmur. Have hired Pat Shurmur. The only thing that, or the only coach that would be worse is Jason Garrett. Oh, wait. I think Pat Shurmur is going to be terrible.
Yeah?
I don't think he's going to be a great head coach at all. What I think is going to happen, and I hope I'm right.
5-year contract.
He's gone after 2, I bet. I don't think he's like he'll relate to the players, but like, and I get he's like this quote unquote quarterback whisperer, which they're only using because the other quote unquote quarterback whisperer is coaching in Oakland now. I don't see Pat Shurmur doing really well with Eli because
I don't think he's brought in for Eli.
I don't think so either. I think Eli's gone after this year, which I hope means he's retiring. As much as I hate the Giants, which is not as much as I hate the Eagles, as much as I hate the Giants, I feel like the Giants owe it to Eli to let him retire a Giant.
I think we will. I mean, I'm not... Listen, Pat Shurmur has gotten high praise from a lot of other people who are looking at him as coach for years.
I don't understand it. I've never been a Shurmur fan.
Okay, no one says you fucking have to be. You have Garrett, so good for you.
I've been critical of Garrett since Wade was fired.
Okay, well, then, I don't know, sit with your team and your coach and spin. I can't help you there. All right, yeah, all right. We'll see how it plays out for the Giants. Let me put it to you this way, okay? It's not going to be the dickhead who is ruling this year, okay? Because I don't know what happened to McAdoo, but he's slicking his hair back and he's wearing sunglasses during a Thursday night game.
I know exactly what happened with McAdoo. He realized he sucks as a head coach and was just like, fuck you, Eli.
It doesn't matter. It can't be worse than McAdoo. And if people inside of the NFL, as far as ownership are concerned, and they were impressed with Shurmur, then I'm going to take their word for it.
Yeah. I mean, I know
I'll put it to you this way. I think that Shurmur has a better first year than Patricia.
I disagree.
Patricia is dog shit. He has never been that good. It's just been the players he gets. Because if you look at
Because the Patriots are a system team.
The Patriots are... That was the other thing that... We're going to go back to this game for 1 second. That was the other thing that came out of fucking Tony Romo's mouth that pissed me off.
What?
He was like, this defense has been a great defense for the Patriots this year, a real force in the NFL, and the way they've come together is great. Fuck you. They're 26th in the NFL in overall defense. Don't you dare have the audacity to tell me this is a great defense. No, you don't have to lie to me. You can be honest. They've been mediocre at best, but they've kept it together. That I could have accepted. Don't tell me it's a great one when I have a computer in my hand that can prove you otherwise. That's insulting to my intelligence.
The broadcasters have to say things like that. And I would be...
Yeah, I didn't buy that for
and
a second.
Furthermore, the Detroit offense is
better,
poop.
They're not good.
Poop. Yeah, okay. I understand why Patricia went there. There's some great players on defense. But
Darius Slay!
That offense is garbage. Garbage. And you've wasted so much money paying Matt Stafford that you're going to have a Joe Flacco problem where you can't get the talent in there to actually be good enough to keep the team afloat.
I disagree with that, and here's why. Here's why I disagree with that. The NFL has been regulating how much rookies can make. They're going to draft really well. You watch, they're going to get a great running back in the draft. They're probably going to get like a Darius Geis who's just going to kill it. And that'll take care of their running problems. They'll be able to pick up an offensive lineman who is... They don't need a left tackle. They're fine there. What they need is a guard. And you can get a guard in free agency. But I think if they get a solid running back, they have Matthew Stafford, they're going to be just fine. Matt Patricia is going to be hands-off on the offense, even though...
No kidding. What is he going to say? I think we should score.
No, he played offense.
Okay.
He was an offensive player at Rensselaer Polytechnical Institute, where he's a rocket scientist.
Good for him.
We
score ball now.
Well,
that's his offensive plan.
He's not that stupid.
Offensively, might be.
All right. Anyways,
you guys push other guys back.
Anyways, Josh McDaniels is rumored to go to the Colts. And Matt Patricia to the Lions, and it looks like Steve Wilkes to the Cardinals.
He is going to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's not official. That's why I said it looks.
Barring something doesn't happen. I have to say, I do like Wilkes' response to teams like interviewing him. He's like, if you're just interviewing me to check off that Rooney Rule box, don't even bother. Only call me if you're serious about hiring me, because I'm not coming to those interviews.
That's great. So now let's talk about the free agent tracker. First free agent, Case Keenum. Where do you think he goes?
Could be a Jet. I don't think we're getting Cousins.
I could see him being.
I think Jaguars are going to get Cousins. Even though Bortles played very well in that game, I think the Jaguars are going to be like, Cousins would have taken us to the promised land.
I don't know that I can say that Bortles played well. He didn't suck.
He did. No, he played
didn't
well.
suck.
He played
well for Bortles.
He played, one of the best games of his life. He didn't have any turnovers. He had 2 touchdowns or just 1? And he threw like 300 yards or close to it.
Yeah, that's what's to be expected of an NFL quarterback.
It was a very good game for him.
For Bortles.
It was.
Oh, by the way,
it was still good overall though.
Yeah, by the way,
a typical Andy Dalton line game.
If you are looking,
maybe 1 interception.
There would have been another pick or a fumble.
If you are looking for a great Twitter follow, Blake Bortles Facts is hilarious. It's created.
I'm insulted to share a birthday with him.
It was created by a guy who went to St. Rose.
Good.
Yeah.
He might be the most insulting birthday person I share my birthday with. And
I share my birthday with Jimmer Fredette.
I share mine with Saddam Hussein, so now let that statement stand.
I've also got the benefit of Nirvana's Nevermind album, so
I also have Penelope Cruz, so I'll take that.
It's nice.
I'll take that.
So you say Jets, What do you say, Dan Beebe? Where do you think Case Keenum ends up?
Case Keenum?
Yep.
Maybe Buffalo.
I could also say I might be able to see Case Keenum, depending on what happens in the draft. I could see him in a Broncos uniform.
Could you see him in a Giants uniform? Because his boy is Pat Shurmur.
No.
Pat Shurmur said if he...
The Giants aren't going to let... I know what Pat Shurmur said, but the Giants are never going to let that happen.
Why not?
Denver would also be another person.
This would be if Eli retires, goes to another team, bringing Case Keenum,
Cousins.
and the quarterback they draft sits behind him until that quarterback is ready to take the reins. That's what I think is going to happen.
I think that's what would happen on the Jets, possibly the Giants if they do decide to move on from Eli.
If the Giants do that, they're trading Eli for a pick. They're trying to climb up in the draft.
I mean,
one way or another.
Can't climb up from 2.
Yeah. No, they're trying to climb up to a higher pick in an earlier round, probably to take somebody else they desperately need.
Yeah.
They could very well get like a first for him for.
There's no way you're getting a first round pick for a quarterback who's going to be there 1 year.
You think only 1 year? He's not.
How old is he? 37, 38?
He's got a 2-year contract on
it. Then they could get a second then.
Tom Brady's like 80.
Tom Brady and Eli Manning are completely different players.
Yeah, because one eats avocado ice cream and the other doesn't, and one wears Uggs boots and the other doesn't.
All right. The second player, Sam Bradford. Where do we think Sam Bradford's going to end up?
I don't care.
Any of the teams we just mentioned.
New York Jets.
Yeah.
All right. Teddy Bridgewater.
Bills.
Vikings.
He'll stay with the Vikings.
Vikings. Minnesota Vikings.
He'll stay with the Vikings. The Vikings have 2.
I would love Bridgewater out of all those to come to the Jets, but
I think
he's staying in the Vikings.
I think teams would be too risky on him, and I think the Vikings, they've kept him around for a reason, so why not keep him around more?
What's his name? The coach.
How long is Bradford's out of contract now?
Zimmer.
Bradford's a free agent?
Zimmer. Oh, yeah, all 3 of them are free agents.
Okay.
Zimmer...
Minnesota.
Excuse me. No, it is good.
4 on the roster.
It is good planning if you think they literally get to pick which of the 3 they want to keep.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They're not tied to anyone. They get to choose.
Bridgewater is possibly the cheapest after that injury to keep. Keenum's
stock is going up. Sam Bradford's going to go down because of it's going to go.
Staying where he is.
It's going to go down because of how much they gave up to get him.
His value, of his injury this season.
So I have Minnesota. Josh McCown.
He's gonna
McDonald's.
Where do you think Josh McCown ends up?
I think he's gonna stay on the Jets as like a transitionary, player coach.
That's what I have. Quarterback coach, New York Jets.
Yeah.
Backing up or coaching.
He could start if we don't get one of these other free agents and we draft a rookie.
I mean, he had the best year of his career.
Yeah, he could easily start if we go that route and we just draft someone. Because sitting behind him, I think, wouldn't be a bad thing at all. He's a very smart guy.
He's